Hello everybody, welcome back to this course. uh, Friends, if you can see, the website is almost ready, and this is a dynamic website we created using PHP step by step, and the admin panel for this website or for this project is also in front of you. You can insert new posts, you can view all posts, you can edit, delete posts, you can insert categories, you can view categories, delete categories, you can view comments, delete comments, approve, unapprove. Now these all things are ready, and you have database for this project, and there are 3 tables. Now because when we will upload this project to an online server, right now we are working inside localhost or local server. So after completing and testing this project on local server, we then will be able to upload this to online web server, so where visitors from all over the world can see the website using www. So we need to actually create a login page for this administrator panel, so only the person who is authorized or who is the real admin or the owner of the website can access this website. So there must be validation for him, and if he has username and password, so he will be accessing this whole admin panel, else other cannot even enter to this administrator panel. So the first thing for admin or for the users who can access this admin panel is to create a database, a table inside the database for those users. Or just come to your your database called myCMS and create a table over there called admin, or you can say users, and there are just 3 fields or 3 columns for this table. One is the user ID, and second is the username, and third is the user password. So just click go. Now just the one is the user underscore ID, that is integer, and the user password username is basically the varchar 100, and user underscore password, there is also varchar and 100. This first user ID is actually auto increment, and this is primary key. So now just save it. Now this is users, or you can name it for example admin if you have a single user, a single administrator for this website, for your website. But if you have many, so you can give this name like users. That's up to you how you run your website or your project. Anyhow, now we have created, if you click this users table, you will see the structure for this table, and you can also add some data to it using this insert option. So we will just add an admin or 2, for example John, and the password is also John. And the second, we will add Wali, and the username and the password both are Wali. And this field is actually auto incremented, the user ID, so it will be automatically incremented. Just click go and check out your users table. So you have 2 details, 2 records or 2 users, John with the password John and Wali with the password Wali. Now if you want to create a login form, so you will have to create it. You can create it by yourself, just open a file and Dreamweaver and write the code. We can also create that, but I have decided to take a very beautiful CSS and HTML valid login form from the internet. You can just go to Google, and there are numerous number of free login forms. You can just write CSS and HTML login form for forms. Just click it, and you will find a lot of pages saying that 20 free CSS HTML login form templates, 25 beautiful. So you can just select one for yourself or find a best or a beautiful one, but I have already selected one. I have already found one. We will use that, but you can also use this. All are beautiful, and you can search out which one you need and which one you want to use, because we have to only deal with this, with the form inside it, not with the designing or the CSS codes. We just need to to get the data from this user name field and password and the button login. That is basically a form, a submit button. So we need to just get the details into PHP using these three things. Note the designing is the CSS part. We don't have any to do any business with that. However, you can choose any beautiful login form from here, but I have selected already. You can find that, and I also found this using the same search query. This one, I mean login form, a very simple login form. You can see here is it. The preview of this will be something like this, and the code, the CSS code is this one, and the HTML code is this one. We just can copy it and can use in our project. That's really simple. Yes, open your Dreamweaver CS5 and now create a page, new page PHP, and just inside the body tag copy this code from here. Control C, I used Control C. Now paste it over here. This is the form, and we have to deal with this just with this two input types and with the button. This is the button. So that's really simple. We have to deal with these things, and we'll also create a file, a new file. This we will just save it inside the administrator panel. Inside our CMS, my CMS and admin, and there will be a page called login.php. That's it. Just save it. Now the CSS you can copy from here. Control A to select all, and then Control C to copy. Now you can create a different file for this CSS code, because this is attached to this thing, this form. So this form is stylized off with this CSS code, so you can either use it inside the using a style tag, or here style tag of HTML tag, or you can use separately it in a different file. So we'll use it in different file. Just Control N, create a new CSS file, and paste this all code over here. Just save this page, and login css.css login style underscore login.css. This is the CSS file, and the name of the file is style underscore login. Just save it and close it from here, and you can include this in the header section, by using link tag, and the relation should be style sheet. And now hyper reference is login style underscore login dot css, and media all. That's it. Control S to save. Now this is your style sheet. Include it, and you want to see it, just go and check out login page, login.php. Oh, this is in front of you. Very easily we have edit it into our project. Now just you can check anything you want. I will just change this text to simple login, admin login, and I will add a name to this button like login. That's it. And the input type for username, as you can see over here, the names are written inside them, the place instead of placeholder. So I will name it user underscore name, and the p as user underscore pass. Yes. And I can also change this little text to admin login. Or press. So you see admin login, and there's your username will, person with the username and password will be able to click admin login and see he will be entering to that website, to that login form. Sorry, to this thing here, my CMS, and inside my CMS there is admin. So she will be able to get on over here. Let's now write our script for login page. Let's come out here and create a PHP block and say if if it's set $_get, and we are creating a secure login form with a little bit security. If it's set login, or you can say login form is clicked, login button is clicked, this one, or this is active, then the rest of the code will be executed, which will be something like we'll create a variable user underscore name is equal to $_post, that is coming from the username field above on this one, and a username local, a user password pass variable which is coming from using post, is coming from user pass above in the form, the text field. So that's it. Now what we can do, we have got these two values, so now the time is to to check the query or something like that. So we will create a variable, local variable to check user is equal to we will write a query. I will say select all from users where username is equal to this one, username, which is coming through the login form, and we will use AND statement or here logical operator. At the user where username is equal to username, that variable bringing a value, and user underscore password, we are talking about this thing over here, this user password is equal to this user pass. Then if that is the case, we will say okay, run underscore user is equal to MySQL underscore query, and that query is check user. So after we can just change this thing to select user, the first variable to select user, because we have to again check the user over here. Now we will say check user is equal to MySQL number rows, check user my number rows as this thing, run user, and let's say if check if MySQL underscore number rows this run user query is greater than 0, that's mean the user we have is a valid user. The user coming to access the page is a valid user and has the authorization or the password, correct password and username to access this page and to go to our administrator panel. So the simple thing to do is to echo and say, first thing we can create a session over here for this user session. Oh, that is a later thing. First check this thing, echo and a script, say window open, script close, and inside this say index.php, and we will create a variable logged in is equal to you have successfully logged in. This just we created logged get variable, so simply created that one and just assign a little bit text. You have successfully logged in. That's simple. Now in else condition, if that is not that is not the case, we will say echo in a JavaScript alert, we'll say username or password is incorrect. That's it. Control S to save. And we can also make one thing more over here. We can also validate this username and the password like this. Username is equal to nothing, or user password is equal to nothing. Then we can add more expression over here, that echo in a JavaScript alert. Just copy this alert from here, paste it out there, and I will say please enter your name, your username and password. Control S to save, or save all from here. That's it. I'll come to your page. If you click, it will say please. Sorry, we don't need this thing, this statement, because already that is HTML. There is HTML5 validation, so without writing, the person cannot go ahead. Just you click, there is nothing, so this is saying please fill out this field. So we will write something like Wali and Wali. The password in the username we already created, or here you can see Wali and Wali. Login. So it MySQL number rows, run user, from user where username is equal to username and user password is equal to password. So sorry, this is not get, this is basically post. Therefore it did not work. Sys post method, not the get method. Can check out, or here as well in the action page we can give the here as the login.php. It was not added before. Oh, come again, refresh your page. Wali and Wali. Click login. There is some problem. Username or password is incorrect. Username or password is incorrect because we have not included the database. That is a very common mistake we make every single time. I make, not you. You should not make it. Include, inside the include there is a database file PHP, because we are dealing with the database, so it must be included before we proceed. I have included it and now saved the file. Refresh it again, and Wali is the username and Wali is the password. Now click. Oh, still not going there. Now everything is fine. Select all from users where username equal to this thing and SQL run user. We write anything wrong and click it, it will say username or password is incorrect. That's fine. When we do right name, so it should take us to that page, which is basically the administrator page. We just remove this thing, submit, and just remove this. Instead of that we will add a value, input type. It's a common button we have been using for this project. Value and main login. Anyhow, write Wali is the username, Wali is the password. My god. Index.php. MySQL number rows run user is greater than 0, that's mean person is authorized. So successfully logged in. Oh, sorry, there is some mistake. I did not add the self attribute in the JavaScript, so that is very necessary. Page should be open on the same page. It was actually going back and JavaScript is not enabled in my browser. Now I wrote again and click this. It has taken you to this page, I mean with a variable in the browser like logged in or something like that. Go back and this is your page. Now you can just write Wali in password and just click, so you will come to this page. Okay, so we have created this this very simple and very easy login form, but there are many things to be done in my next lecture, and we can add many things more, for example the sessions and the security to this login form, and the next tutorial of this project. So stay tuned.